Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, we're going to look at, what are you struggling with? Four of Swords. What does Capricorn need to look at, and what's coming in? I almost feel like it's kind of a rebuilding. I feel like this card wants to come out too. Yeah, could be a rebuilding of a relationship today. And you're struggling with taking that time to yourself to figure out what you want to do with this relationship. And what you're looking at is either rebuilding this relationship or walking away from the relationship. But I feel like there's something new that's coming in for you. Like there's changes coming in. In order to have changes coming in, you have to change something up. If you keep things the same way, then how can they change, right? All right, so let's get a little deeper with this Four of Swords. What is this Four of Swords? Yeah, you're hurt. Something, you were hurt by something. Ten of Cups. Yeah. You feel that you're on the outside of this relationship. It could be a friendship, it could be a partnership, it could be work, right? Sometimes at work we feel like we're by ourselves, like we don't fit in. I know that happened when I was working at the grocery store, that there were, it would depend on what group of people that you worked with. When I was the cashier, it was like, you have those group of people that you know and you have a great time and it doesn't feel like you're working, but then you have those others where you're like, you don't fit in, like you feel like you're on the outside. So that's why I'm saying at work too, it could be something with work that you feel that you're on the outside of a situation, something that was making you happy. And I feel like you're hurt, you feel like you're on the outside, and you're not really sure what to do, but you're having trouble grounding yourself and saying, what do I really feel? Sometimes when we react to something right away, like we have this anger and we have this frustration, and then we're like, okay, well, I'm just going to do this or I'm going to do that. But we're not taking that time to really think about, okay, what do I need to do here? Instead of just having that knee-jerk reaction where you're just responding to something that hurt you or bothered you, or feeling like you're on the outside, or something that has been building up for you, right? So I feel like today you just want to take that time to just calm down. Like you feel like you can't, because this is what you're struggling with, trying to focus, trying to bring yourself down. What you need to look at is, we have the Tower, right? And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. What else do we have for the Tower? What else do we have for the Tower? Walking away. I feel a lot of energy about walking away, because we got this one, we have this one, we have this one, right? A lot of energy of walking away. Yeah. You really need to think about things. What do you want to do? Do you want to rebuild this? Because the Tower is about tearing something down. Something was built on a false foundation. Something wasn't true. It's also, shaking things up, stirring things up, just like there's a tornado here. There's at the top there. But it's also, I believe the Tower is also about rebuilding, because you're taking something down, or something's falling apart, right? That wasn't working. And instead of adding more onto something that wasn't working, that this Tower means, okay, you got to take something down. Like something's got to shake up. Something's got to be redone here. But then you have that opportunity to start rebuilding stronger and better. And I feel like that's what you need to look at. That's what you're thinking about. Do I walk away? Is it a relationship where are you holding on to something that is causing friction in the relationship and you have to just let it go? I know that I'm a Capricorn sun and a Capricorn rising, and I kind of, what's that saying? You're like a dog with a bone, and you hold on to something, and then you don't want to give up because you feel that you're right, and you just want to like get through it. But then there are times, which I'm trying to learn, is that you just got to walk away. That you just got to let it go. It's not going to turn out the way that you want it to turn out. It's not going to be the way that you want to be, or you're never going to get some resolution with this. And that the only one that I'm hurting is myself, because you keep thinking about it. You keep processing about it. You keep trying to find an answer in your head, but you're not finding it. And all it is causing you frustration, right? And it's making you back away because you have all of this anger and frustration build up on you. It's making other people back away. It's like almost like you're backing yourself into your own corner because you're removing yourself from everything because you're not able to think through this situation. You have a lot going on. You have a lot that you're thinking about. You have the 7 and the 8 of Cups, but I do like that 7, 8, and then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which I feel like is that progress, right? Thinking about something. What is it that you have to walk away from? What is it that you have to walk away from? Do you need to break up with someone? Do you need to block someone? Do you need to distance yourself from someone? Is it something temporary? Is it something long-term, right? What's going to be the best thing for you? What's going to work for you? Sometimes we just don't ask ourselves those questions. But we just keep circling around in the same information. And we never really get anywhere. It's like you're feeling like you're stuck in mud, right? Or quicksand. And it's like you never really get anywhere. And it's like in order to get somewhere, right? That's what I was saying with the Tower, is that you have to do something to make the change. If you want change, you have to be change. Energy that's coming in for you, it's either a reconciliation in a relationship or it's a new relationship. Temperance also represents compromise, working things out. Something has to change in this situation, right? Something has to change. Change is coming in. There may be a feeling of loss with this, but I love that. Look at that. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and that's what this whole process is about here. It's you seeing things from a different perspective, seeing that something has to be changed, seeing that you're being overwhelmed with thoughts, seeing that you have to walk away from something, that you have to shake something up, that you have to stir something up. I mean, I know that this sounds crazy, that I feel like this Tower is a good thing. But I feel like in order for you to get past this, right, there's something that has to be stirred up or shaken and stirred, shaken, not stirred. But it helps you to see something. Sometimes you just don't realize it until this happens, and then you can step back and you can say, oh, okay, now I get it. Now that light bulb has gone off. Now I understand it, right? Sometimes we're so caught up in things that we don't really see what's going on, and we have to step back, we have to process, we have to work through things. And if this is a relationship, right, if this is your 10 of Cups relationship, maybe you were thinking that it was a 10 of Cups, but something happened and now you're questioning that, and you're like, do I walk away? Or maybe that person walked away. But you have to say, is this something worth fighting for, right? Is this something that I want to focus on the negative, or I want to focus on this 2 of Cups and I want to focus on that, right? What do I want to spend my time on? What do I want to spend my energy on? I just feel like life is so short. And it would just be horrible to look back and say, gosh, I spent all of that time being angry and being frustrated and being in this 3 of Swords, and I didn't do anything about it. And I could have had this Tower moment where I could have stirred things up. Or if a relationship wasn't working, it's like, why am I fighting to make a relationship work that isn't fulfilling for me? We have to ask ourselves those questions, and we have to be strong within ourselves to make those tough choices. And I feel like you have some tough choices here. But I feel like the result is this Ace of Cups. This doesn't mean this could also just be you feeling like your emotional cup is overflowing, that you're feeling happy, you're feeling fulfilled, right? That you're feeling that you have more patience in the situation, that you're ready for change, that you're going to walk away from this 3 spill cups, but you're going to focus on the 2 cups, right? You're seeing things from a different perspective. And I feel like even though these moments where we change our thought process and we see things differently, even though those are hard to go through, I feel like they make us a better, stronger person. And I feel like they're very rewarding. Fork in the road. I love it. This is perfect. Because I feel that there is a fork in a road right here for you to decide, do you want to stay in this energy? Do you want to feel on the outside? Do you want to hold on to this frustration? Do you want to be overwhelmed? Do you want to be this swirling energy in the Tower? Or do you want to accept it? Work through it the best that you can. Walk away what you need to walk away from. Focus on the positive. Embrace the change and see the different perspective that's surrounding you. It's all questions that we have to ask ourselves, and sometimes we're ready for these things and sometimes we're not. And we can't force them because we're not going to have the same results. All right, we have yin, la la la. Number 22, that really stood out for me. We have yin and yang, and that is that masculine and the feminine. It's the power of action, but the power of inaction. It's about seeing what's going on, but taking action to change things. If things, it's that back and forth, right? It could be that relationship where you have that back and forth, you have that compromise, just like in the Sagittarius, the Temperance. There's that back and forth. Is that what's not going on here in this relationship? Is that what you have to work on, right? If you're going to work on it, how do you change it? And, you know, I feel it always has to do with communication, but it's that back and forth, but it's also observing what's going on and then making the change, actually taking the actions to make the change, to change things if there's something that you're not happy with. All right. Hope that helped. Love the reading. Hope you did too. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.